Welcome to Swaggerslifestyle.
Hello and welcome. How you doing? Hope you're good. This is Gbogbo Swagger and welcome to Swaggerslifestyle. It's always amazing coming to have conversations with you. Have you subscribed to this channel? What are you waiting for? Click on the subscribe button. We have amazing content on this channel that would actually interest you. They are informative, they are insightful, they are educative, and also some are just to make you let down your hair and unwind. So today we're going to have an amazing conversation. But before we start, do you know that Prague has a seriously impressive astro clock, which is the oldest in the world? I'm sure most of you do not know. Well, you heard it here. Today, welcome to our series, A Nigeria Living in. We're going to Czech Republic. I have this amazing Nigeria living in Czech Republic. I can't wait to have this conversation with her. Please introduce yourself.
Hi everyone. Hello guys. How are you doing? I hope you have subscribed to this channel. My name is Glory Elias. I am living in Czech Republic as our host has said, and I hope that's all the introduction that I need to do. Yeah, my name is Glory. I'm doing my master's in Czech Republic, and what else? Yeah, that's it about me for now.
Okay, thank you so much for honoring our invite and for coming on the channel today to talk about your experience living in Czech Republic. What is it like living in Czech Republic?
Oh, well, everything is cool and calm in Czech Republic. The place is peaceful. Everywhere is nice. Anyways, there are a lot of cultural shocks. I mean, it's a different world entirely, but overall, I would say living in Czech Republic is it's nice. It's good. It's good. Life is peaceful, really. There's no noise anyway. There's no noise.
As in coming from
Lagos from
to
Lagos,
Czech,
Nigeria, and moving to Czech. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll get to that. But before that, tell us about your relocation. How did you relocate to Czech?
Okay. So, Czech Republic. I mean, I know a lot of people have not heard about the country. It's not so popular in Nigeria. I mean, for Nigerians, right? I know a lot of Nigerians know more about the bigger countries like the US, Canada. But for me, Czech Republic, just like everyone else out there, I didn't know anything about Czech Republic. All right. So I found out about Czech Republic by through my uncle who stays in Canada. So he introduced this country to me, and he was like, okay, would you like to do your master's? There's a country called Czech Republic. At first I was a bit reluctant. I'm like, what's Czech Republic? I've never heard of that country before, right? So but I mean, I gathered up courage. I looked into the country, I looked into schools, and the amazing thing was the schools were ridiculously affordable. And I'm like, why not? If not, it's in Europe, so why not? So yeah, this was how I heard about Czech Republic. I applied for my master's and I got the admission, and then I applied for visa. I got the visa, and boom, I'm in Czech Republic. So this was how I relocated to Czech Republic. It was through masters, and I'm still doing my masters.
Wow, that's great. And I know that probably would actually drag you back to come and give us step-to-step process for people that want to go to Czech Republic to study.
Sure.
Your experience, how you were able to do it. Would be nice to tell, because a lot of Nigerians are traveling right now. And since Czech Republic is, I think, a name that people are not familiar with, and do people that actually go there to study, do they have can they work?
Yeah, amazingly you can, and you can even work full time. I know it's crazy, but it is the truth. I mean, I'm doing it.
Wow.
I am doing it. I am doing it. So yeah.
Wow, we sure have to have that conversation. So back to our conversation. What is the people like?
Oh, the Czech people. Oh my God. I don't know, but I think I'll just call them quiet because I don't want to use the other thing that is coming to mind. All right. So yeah, in Czech Republic, it would amaze you to know that there are people who do not understand English in the world. Right? Coming from the part of Nigeria where I'm from, or from Nigeria generally, English is the official speaking language. All right. So you would not imagine that there are people in the world that do not understand English. So
like zero
knowledge in English, completely zero knowledge in English. All right. So I would say the people are quiet because they don't want to talk to any foreigner, because they obviously don't have what to say. At first, when I got here, I was like, these people are really sad people. But I got to know that it was not really that they are sad people. It's just because of the barrier in the language. They don't know what to say to you. They don't know how to greet you. They can't speak English. If you speak English to them, they can't understand. You can't understand each other. So it's better to just stay on your own. And then, so generally, the people are like more into themselves, right? they don't really relate to foreigners. But if you're a foreigner that can speak Czech, oh my God, you will enjoy yourself. So yeah.
So what is their official language?
Yeah, they speak Czech. The official language is called Czech.
So can you speak Czech?
Unfortunately, no. I've just been here for a year, so unfortunately, no. I am not learning. Maybe sometimes in future I would pick up the course because I actually have the opportunity to study and I'm not even going to pay for it. This is courtesy of my company, but I don't know if I'm going to take the opportunity anytime soon. But for now, I am not learning the language. However, I can greet people. I mean, I picked the basic things, just to say hello to people, say hello to people around, just greet, the normal courtesy of thank you is spoken as Jekui.
Okay, so can you speak some? Let's see
okay, yeah, I can. I mean, the little I know, I don't know if my pronunciations will be good, but I'm not Czech. I am Nigerian, so I'll try. Anyways, thank you in Czech is Jekui. It is Jekui. And when you want to say bye or bye-bye or something like that, it is Naskledano, or that's actually good night. Naskledano is good night. And then if you have to greet Naskledano or Naskle, and then if you enter into a place and you want to greet people, you're just like ahoy, ahoy. So everybody just comes in and like ahoy, and when they are leaving it's the same. It's ahoy when they are coming in, ahoy when they are going back. And then if you want to say good morning in Czech or to a Czech person, you say dobrý den. That's good morning, dobrý den. And then dobrý den, dobrý ráno, something like this. And then for, I think in the evening, you say dobrý večer. And dobrý generally means good. Wow. So, good morning. Good. Dobrý. So if somebody does dobrý večer, that's good night. Or naskledano, something like this. But if someone does something good and you're like, oh, dobrý, that's super. And they say super. That's the only English word, not only, but that's like their major English word. Super. Like when they are trying to communicate to somebody that's a foreigner, and they're like dobrý or super, to tell you that you are doing a great job. So yeah. I think those are the little things.
Wow.
Oh, pro. Yeah, I also learned pro mean. I think that means please. Yeah, please. And you also need to learn this particular one when you want to speak to somebody. You're like, anglicky prosím. That is, because you are going to speak to somebody that is a Czech speaker. You're like anglicky prosím. That is English, please. Like I can't go further. After I say dobrý den, the next now says anglicky prosím because I don't know the next thing to say. So I'm like, dobrý den, the answer, dobrý den. I'm like, anglicky prosím? No, you already know this one doesn't understand English. So you have to pick up your phone and use the Google Translator.
And start doing
this.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy, but yeah.
That's amazing. Okay, so now talking about the Czech people.
Okay.
What is their staple food?
I found out that they eat a lot of potatoes. And it's not even the sweet one that we eat in Nigeria, right? They eat the Irish one. So they eat potatoes a lot. They eat it baked, they eat it boiled, they eat it roasted, and then they eat it with some kind of things, honestly, that I don't even have interest in. Okay. But I think they have their dishes which are called, I'm not very knowledgeable in these things because I don't eat their food, but I know they have goulash. They have something that is called goulash. They have dumplings. They eat dumplings. They have dumplings. And then they eat pork a lot. It will shock you to know that in this country they love pork. So they eat something called pork knuckle as well. I think that's the three others. I don't know. Their food to me. Yeah, I'll just stay on my own when I see Czech food. I'll just stay on my own.
You've not been adventurous enough to try out
I have tried their food. But okay, I'll just rather stick to what I know.
I get what you mean. So what is the occupation of the Czech?
The Czech people,
their major occupation.
They really have a major occupation. I've never really thought of that because you get to see them everywhere, right? You get to see them in every sector. They are in the engineering firm, they're in the finance firm, they're into agriculture, but I would generally say that The Czech people are for the, they're for the life. They are just for the living. They don't really, I would sometimes I think in my head, but I don't think that's true. But sometimes like these people just came here to have fun, because I found out that some of them would literally just work during winter and they'll be off all summer because they are going to go and flex. Like they only work for summer. So they don't mind taking up any kind of job. They could do, you know, menial jobs just to make money to go for summer. But I don't think they have one specific. But if I'm going to give, I don't know if this is a job prescription, but they are the life of the party, right? They party.
They are living
Yes,
the
they drink a lot of beer. So I can say drinking beer is one thing they do for a living. So yeah. But generally I would not say that there's something that maybe I don't know, but yeah, I don't think there's one particular thing they do, because they are literally everywhere.
Okay, so when you got to, so what were the cultural shocks that you experienced?
Oh, cultural shocks. Check. You see, I mean, I watched a lot of videos before I moved into this country, and people. I want to talk about the first cultural shock. It's something that it might sound cliche, but it's just the truth. It's the weather, right? It's the weather. You see, when I was coming into this country, I just wore something like this. I wore something like what I'm wearing presently, just a turtleneck, and yeah, I had my jacket on. I'm like, that'll be fine. Like, what kind of cold? That'll be fine. But you see, when I stepped out of the airport, oh my god, the cold literally almost took me out. Like, if you know me, you know that I'm not on the big side, all right? So the cold eats me so bad, and I'm like, no, never in my entire life. And I'm saying to anybody that has really not stepped out of Nigeria, you have never experienced something like this. I mean it with everything. I mean, we've seen it on the internet, but until you experience it, you think that people are, exaggerating it. But it is not an exaggeration. It is not the kind of cold you have experienced before. It is actually really freezing cold. So the weather is the first cultural shock for me. And also I found out that their weather can be really bipolar, right? And what I say bipolar, even the Czech people say it. What I mean is that we can in
stable.
a day
It goes-
experience summer,
it flickers.
winter, autumn, every single weather in 24 hours. It's crazy. But right now we are in winter and it's getting really cold. Yeah, and their summer is something else. Like, I don't know how to explain it. The sun literally pierces through my skin. Honestly, it is nothing like we are used to. It is different for the blacks. It is different because when it is summer, it is so hot. You don't want any clothes on your body. So now I understand why. This was the reason why. I mean, I am like, the whites, they really conquered their weather. For the blacks, we just kind of copy or adopt anything that they are wearing. If they are wearing boots, like, this shoe is fine, you just buy it. But really, they made those shoes for their weather, because you cannot wear any other thing when it is cold. You have to wear a boot because your feet will be freezing. And if it's for summer, you literally just want to wear sandals, because you don't want any heat, because it is really hot when it is hot, and it is freezing cold when it is cold. So yeah, I mean, they are fashionable about it, but these things were actually made in place for their weather. Yeah, they conquered their weather by their fashion sense, and which is really nice. Second cultural shock for me was the language. Oh my god. I mean, I was well aware that I was moving out of my country and that I was moving into a country that they don't speak English. It's not an English speaking country. But I was not aware that the fact that they don't speak English would mean that they don't understand it, all right? Or that they would not even be able to communicate, and it's only their language. And trust me, I don't know, I'm not trying to over exaggerate, but Czech language is hard. Oh my god. Oh my god. I have never heard. I've been familiar with French, not like I can speak it, but I've heard it. So I can tell that, okay, this is French. Even Spanish, we have seen some Spanish movies, and all of that. But Czech is nothing that you have heard of. The language, it is it is so complicated. You have consonants beside each other, and then you have to pronounce it. And I'm like, this doesn't even make sense. Like if I'm to spell a word for you, and I tell an English person to pronounce it, you're like, okay, how do you even put? Let me think of a word now. It's a bus stop. It is called Rachanska, and it is H. Imagine Rachanska. It starts with H. Like if I'm to spell as an English, when I say Rachanska is it. I mean, Rachanska should in English start with like R. But in Czech it starts with H. I'm like, ooh, it's a lot, right? It's a lot, and we have, the language is really hard. You need like a year minimum, and I'm not capping. You need like a year to learn the language. And when you are learning, you need to just focus on the language alone. Like you are not schooling side by side. You just literally take it as a course. The language is really complicated, and the fact that the people who speak the language cannot speak English. I'm like, but we have other languages in my country as well, but we still speak English, so why not? Another cultural shock. Another thing that really, really got me when I got here was like, you go into a grocery store to buy something and they don't give you nylon, and I'm like, or a polythene bag. I'm like, how do you expect me to carry my stuffs in my hands? They're like, okay, you have to buy. So you have to buy. Like I bought something this much from your store. You're not going to give me a polythene bag. You're not going to give me a paper bag or something. You have to buy a bag, or you have to come with your bag.
Wow.
So for me, since you have to come with your bag. So a lot of people, sometimes you just see a lot of people dragging their boxes. You think they traveled or they are just coming back from summer. Hell no, sometimes they went grocery shopping. It was a shock for me. Any shop, if you are going to buy clothes, they don't give you bag for it. If you are going to buy just anything, and apologies, my weather has changed. I told you about Czech weather, so you can see the light has changed already because the weather has changed. So yeah, I can see that my light is going dim already. So yeah, the fact that you go into any store, they don't give you any bag, even no matter the amount of whatever it is you are buying. They just don't offer to give you bag. They're like, okay, how do you unpack it? If you want to take our bag, you have to pay for it. It's cheap, but I mean, every time I can't be paying. That's another one. Another thing that shocked me in Czech Republic, oh my god, is the fact that beer is cheaper than water in this place.
Beer is cheaper than water.
Yeah, beer is cheaper than water, and I'm like, what? So you guys are indirectly encouraging
people should be
us
drinking
to drink beer. Yeah, that's it. Like, really, why would water be expensive? Because water is actually expensive. I don't even remember the last time I bought water. I just drink water because, well, thanks to their development, their water is drinkable. So okay. I mean, it's good to drink their water. You can drink the running water, but if you ever have to buy bottled water, just know that you'll be paying double of the amount of beer. And this is just because these people drink beer a lot, and to them it's a shock that there's an human being that don't. When you're like, you don't drink beer, like, what? You don't drink. I mean, you don't even go about telling a Czech person, like a Czech person, that you don't drink beer. It's like an insult to them. Like, what do you mean you don't drink beer? Yeah. So yeah, but I mean, I don't drink beer. I will not drink beer. I mean, I don't know, but till now, I don't drink beer. I would rather stick to water, right? When you go grocery shopping, that thing that you think don't buy it, because it is not what you think it is. So you could go.
What I got.
Yes,
what you think don't buy it because it is not what it is. Wow.
Yes, it is not what it is. It is not what it is. It might look like it, but you better ask. You better ask before you buy it. If not, you will buy the wrong thing. You will buy the wrong thing. So if you buy something in the grocery store, it looks like yogurt. I'm like, this should be yogurt. Oh my god! You just find out that it is cheese. It is just cheese.
Wow.
It is cheese. And I remember two other things that I am like, okay, I'm not used to these things, and I thought it's the way they drink coffee. They drink coffee a lot.
Wow.
A lot. I think they survive on coffee. I literally think they survive on coffee. I'm like, why are you guys drinking coffee? Are you on a coffee diet? I know a colleague, I have a colleague at work. She literally goes out every 20 minutes to get a cup of coffee. And I'm like, are you a coffee addict? Yes, and I'm not even exaggerating. And it's also a shock for them. The way it's a shock for me is a shock for them that
yeah,
you
that
don't
they're
drink
wondering
it.
if there are people on the face of this
Like,
earth that
how are
drink
you
coffee.
how do you
How?
work? So you don't drink beer, you don't drink coffee, you should drink. I'm like, no, I honestly tried to drink coffee. I did it once and I'm never doing it again in my life because I almost lost my life. Oh my god, I don't know what these guys are drinking. I don't know what they like about it. It's really turned my system. I think my body does not, my body and coffee, because I honestly tried. I honestly tried because I see that it helps them a lot, right? It helps them to be strong at work because sometimes they do a lot of tedious work, so because they work for long hours and all that, so they need coffee. I see the need for it, but my system, I cannot drink coffee. And the last one would be cigarettes. Back in Nigeria, my mommy always says something. I'll say it in my dialect, yes, because I'm proud of my language. It's Yoruba. My mom says, like if you eat a meal and then she's like, mo gbádùn oúnjẹ yìí bí ẹni tó gbádùn bí òyìnbó gbádùn sìgá. Pardon my Yoruba. It just literally means the way the white people enjoy their cigarettes, I enjoy this food. Oh, I understand it now. Like white people enjoy smoking. They enjoy smoking. They cannot do without it. I don't think the government can ban it here. I don't think it will work. Now, I know the government makes a lot of money from cigarette as well. I don't know. I heard that there's somebody. One of my lecturers was speaking and she was like, "A cousin smokes about 8 packs of cigarettes in a day." I thought she was exaggerating until I met somebody. Yes, 8 packs of cigarettes in a day. No, not 8 sticks. 8 packs. Because yeah, 8 packs. Yeah, 8 packs. Because it takes them maybe 1 hour 30 minutes to finish a pack. They go like they step out like, I'm going for smoke. I'm going for smoke, like that, because they can't speak English. So you hear something like, I'm going for smoke. I'm going for smoke. Like they just stand up and like while working. Anyway, in class, they just literally step out to go for smoke. And they'll finish a stick before they come back. So I know it is true. 8 packs of, so they actually really enjoy smoking. Well, I didn't like it. I didn't like the smell before, but now this is what we live with. This is the life that we chose. So it's everywhere. So yeah, you just look at it and pass it.
It is well.
You just look, it is well. So yeah, this things that I can think of at the top of my head. Like,
wow, thank you for sharing. Okay, so what were the things that what were the things that you had to unlearn to relearn when you got to Czech Republic?
Unlearn to relearn. I think the first thing would be people's opinions matter. Like you really cannot project your ideas or your thoughts. You have to let people be. There's freedom of expression. In this part of the world, people are literally free, even though you don't agree with it. But I'm a Christian. Another thing is, these people, they generally do not believe in God. They just believe in being in being morally upright. All right, so of course you let people have their opinions. You let them. You don't judge. You don't go about judging or telling people this is wrong and this is right. Like you don't have that power here. So that's one thing I had to learn, because in Nigeria, coming from the kind of background that I have,
without
Nigerian,
asking questions,
Yoruba, natural African mothers background, we have the do's and the don'ts. We have this is culturally acceptable. But it's not the same. Really, it's not the same. It's not the same. If you, whatever you think is right, if you're happy with it, you go ahead. And nobody has the right to judge you. Actually, nobody has the right to judge you because there's freedom of expression. So while you don't agree with it, like I don't agree with some of the things, I don't go about saying I don't agree with it. All right, so this is the reason why I can be in the midst of a lot of different kind of people with different opinion, and we can have great conversations without having to clash. If not, I will, we'll have conflict if I start to project my ideas, my belief. It's difficult. and I cannot really put away all the things that I have learned. But when having conversation with people like this, you just have to put those ideas aside, because at the end of the day, they have different backgrounds, they have different understanding, they have different beliefs. So, and you have to converse, So yeah, this one, yeah, I'd say that. I'd say that.
That's nice. So, what do you love? What do you love about Czech Republic?
I think Czech Republic is really, really beautiful. I'm not so much of an outgoing person. I mean, I should explore the city more, because I'm in Prague. Prague is the capital city of Czech
Yeah.
Republic. It's really beautiful. Honestly, it is beautiful. I really love the fact that it is beautiful and quiet. I should have said that as one of my shock as well, because I had this it was really disturbing the first week I got into Czech Republic. I had a problem with the fact that everywhere was too quiet. Like I said earlier, I lived in Lagos where everywhere was noisy. 5 a.m. you're already hearing the hoots of vehicles and all of that.
Horns,
But when
shouting.
everybody shouting. It's so busy back there in Lagos, but here it is literally quiet. Like right now, I mean, I'm doing a video, you don't even hear a sound anyway, and I stay, I mean, for the kind of place where I stay. So I love the serenity and the fact that the place is beautiful. I like the easy life. Nobody's stressing. The transport system is so good. I believe, personally, I mean, I've not heard all European countries, but I believe, and I've also heard from other people who have visited other places, that they have like one of the best transport system in the whole of Europe, and even the UK. Right? They I think they have better transport system. The transport system is so good. Life is good here, and accommodation, almost everything is affordable. Right? It's affordable. You can, yeah, it's affordable. Yeah, I mean, you will do the work, but at the end of the day, you get the money and you'll be able to afford your basic needs and probably be able to save.
Live your life on a chill.
Yeah, yeah. So life is generally good here. I like
Nice. So,
yeah.
which of the countries is more expensive to live in? Czech Republic or Nigeria?
So more expensive to live in, I would say Nigeria. Because
Really?
yeah, because of food. Food is ridiculously cheap here. Going by their currency, all right? I'm talking going by their currency.
Yes.
If you earn in their currency, you can live large in their currency. But if you earn in naira, I don't know how to, like, I don't know what metrics to use to measure it. But I think because things are the inflation and everything now in Nigeria, things are too expensive in Nigeria.
Expensive. Things are becoming expensive.
Especially food, because I consider food as one of the very major and basic amenities that shouldn't even be expensive. And this is the reason why I said it is cheaper to live here. I mean, if you are living in a place where you can comfortably afford 3 square meal, so what else are you looking for? But back in Nigeria, I can't say the same, because people go through a lot to even afford. The other day I was in a conversation with my friend who stays in Nigeria, and he was telling me of a ridiculous amount. Like he ate just a meal, and he told me he spent 1,200 for just an afternoon meal. I'm like, I thought of it. If 1,200 Czech crowns, I'm going to use it. I'm not exaggerating. I would use that money. Anyways, I'm slim. I don't eat so much. But even a general person will use it to eat in 3 weeks.
In what?
In 3 weeks. In 3 weeks.
3
In
weeks.
3 weeks, yes. 1,200 Czech crowns can take you for 3 weeks to eat. Yeah, that's Czech crowns in their currency. I don't know the
Wow.
equivalent now to what naira is, but I'm just saying, like, if you look at it as 1 Czech crowns, 1 naira, 1,200 naira, 1,200 Czech crowns. I mean, I understand the value of naira has depreciated and all of that, but just saying, looking at the economy, 1,200 Czech crowns will literally take you for 3 weeks, and my friend used it to eat just a meal. So if food is so expensive in Nigeria, I would say this place is cheaper. It's cheaper. If you're earning here, it's cheaper here. Yeah.
Wow. I'm now I'm shocked. I'm blown away. Maybe I should start packing my bags.
Maybe you
To Czech
should.
Republic.
Maybe you should, because honestly, I think the only barrier that we can have as people
Is the
that are living
language.
here is the language. If you can conquer the language, I guess we're good to go. There's really nothing. There's really nothing more.
Thanks for
There's really
sharing.
nothing more.
Now,
Yes.
what are the success stories in Czech Republic that can be replicated in Nigeria?
Success stories. I talked about the transport system,
Yes, you did.
and this is majorly owned and run by the government. It's a public good. It is. There's no privatization. I think that's the word. Unlike we have in Nigeria. I mean, I understand that if the government takes over the transport system of Nigeria, it might not be properly managed, but I believe
might be
that the
stranded.
government, yeah, people might be stranded because we have now have a lot more people that are unemployed. But I mean, they will need these guys too. If the government take over the public transport, they can easily employ the same people who are doing the public transport business. They literally just have to give them, okay, this is the kind of vehicle that I need you to drive. I just think that the government can step in that, and I know they see these things, they know what to do, but because corruption is, it runs through the blood of every Nigerian, every African, really, because honestly, I wouldn't say Nigeria. I relate with a lot more people from different parts of the world, and I know that we are just talking about Nigeria and the fact that Nigeria is everywhere. It looks like we are the most corrupt. We are not the most corrupt. So honestly, we are not the most corrupt. Other African brethren, we are the same. I'll just tell you that. The same blood
We are
runs
not
through.
the most corrupt.
We are not.
That's
We are
the
not.
truth.
Honestly, we are not the most corrupt. It's just because I think we have more population. We tend to, shout about our dirty parts. We project it to the world, and that's why it looks like, oh no, we are not. We are not. We are really not the most corrupt. We are really not. Anyways, yeah, the transport system is something that it would really help to see that we have a working transport system. And I will tell you sincerely, in Czech Republic, honestly, you don't need a car. Maybe when you begin to have a family and you begin to think of luxury, that's when you can need a car, because yeah, you don't need a car. If I'm going out, I just need to take my phone. We have an application that we use to move around. It's called idos. There are others. It's you just literally go on the app. I'm going from one location to the other. It tells you how many minutes you get there, and trust me, it happens like magic. Right now I'm used to it because it just happens. You don't your bus is never delayed. If it is going to be delayed, your app is going to notify you that okay, there'll be 2 minutes delay, so you already know. I'm just saying that systems are working here. The transport system is working and can work in Nigeria. That's one. Another thing is, I don't know, but I also understand that the population of Nigeria might be a problem. I mean, I'm talking about Czech Republic, a country that has more or less around 10 million people. We can't be comparing it to a country like Nigeria that has over 200 million people. But if it can work with 10 million, maybe we can try. Maybe we can try. It is sad that people go about eating just once a day and they are fine, or eating maybe twice a day because they don't have the money. Food is basic. Like everyone should be able to afford food. And that's one thing about this place. It's so good to the point that I've never tried it before, but I heard that you can literally step into any grocery store and pick anything and just eat it within the space of the place. Don't step out with it. And nobody is going to, because it is cheap.
Without paying.
Yeah, without paying. I never tried it, but I heard it. I don't know how true, but I heard it. Like, you can go into a place, eat fruit, eat anything.
They can't replicate that one in Nigeria.
No, but I'm just saying. Yeah, we cannot we can't replicate it, right? That's because it is expensive. But if it is so cheap, food is so cheap. Like, I remember when I first came into this country with 500 crown, and I'm not even capping, just like saying 500 naira, with 500 crown. I think I don't know if I still have the picture on my phone. I literally snapped the picture because I was in shock of what I was able to buy with 500. Yes. with 5, I ate it for 2 weeks. So when I said 1,200 Czech crowns will take you for 3 weeks, I was not capping. Personally, 1,200 Czech crowns will take me for a month. Personally, but I'm not. I don't eat so much, so yeah. But for other people who like to try out other stuff, so maybe that's why I said 3 weeks. 500 Czech crowns. I bought pepper. I bought chicken. I bought chicken, full chicken. Right? It's just about 64 crowns.
Wow.
I'm not joking. Yes. So, I mean, how many chicken do I eat in a day? Me, only me. I live alone. I don't have any sister, no brother. So, I know what I am saying. So, yeah, we can just, I don't know if they have to subsidize some goods. I really don't know, but they can make things easier for people in Nigeria, because these people, I say it all the time, I don't think these people, I see the reason why they don't even want to learn English. They're not thinking of going out of their country. If they are just going out, they are just going to explore. They're satisfied. That is what it is. They are literally satisfied. There's nothing better they are going to look for out there. Maybe just for exposure, because I think that they should still learn English, because I mean English is just, yeah, but that's my personal opinion. But if they don't, they are fine. They would really live a good life, and I mean a luxurious life without English language. English is just a language. They don't need it. They don't need it. They are living okay. They have food. They have money. They can pay their rent. They can go on holidays, and life is just basically more reasonable and more comfortable. And our government can look into these things. I mean, they know these things. I mean, we cannot depend on the government. We have depended on them for so long, and things are not changing. Maybe we should try out that
changing ourselves too.
I know there's only little we can do.
So we have been pointing hand towards the government. Can we start pointing hands towards ourselves?
Yeah. Like, I would say one thing for sure is that people here, they have law-abiding citizens in this place. Like, you don't have a choice. You gotta keep to the law. I mean, not even talk of foreigners, because if you are caught, you are caught. There's no bribery. You can't bribe your way through. You can't beg. I was speaking to my other friend the other day, and I was like, I don't think these people have mercy. Maybe because they don't believe in God. But you cannot make a mistake and be like, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Like, yes, you didn't know, but you are still going to pay for the consequences of whatever it is there. So generally you have no choice than to be a law-abiding citizen. But in Nigeria, maybe because there's not enough follow-up or control processes, people will literally generally not follow the law.
So how were you able to settle in when you got into Czech Republic?
For me, I would say settling was quite easy, because I had somebody who had gone ahead of me, who literally just helped me. Yeah, who just helped me, I didn't even know a lot of things. I honestly didn't know a lot of things, but this person was so proactive. He helped me. He got me, he told me the bank that I need to register. I opened a bank account like the first day I got into the country. He opened my bank. I didn't even think of all these things, to be honest. He opened my bank account. He bought me a new SIM. Did basic things that I did. I don't even know what I was thinking. No, it was just that I didn't have the reality that I have now moved out of the country. So this person was the one that kind of helped me settle in. He got me the necessary groceries, like the pots, all the things I needed to. And yeah, my settling in was not so difficult. And I believe for people coming in now, because I didn't talk about this in the cultural shock, is the fact that you can be in a room of people, thousands, and you'll be the only black person there, because we don't have so much black people here. But that was a year ago. Now I can tell you categorically that things have changed. We have more black people, so settling in will not necessarily be something that is a lot of work for people coming in, because all you need is a contact of a black person. They will help you. They will let you know whatever it is you need to know. It may take you like a week or two to get familiar with the system, like get familiar with the bus system. There's something called metro, which is something that we are not used to. It's part of their transport system I talked about. It's really confusing, but once you get it, you get it. All right, once you get it, you get it. Because I remember one experience, I didn't share this. I remember an experience I had in like the second week I got into this country, and I was stuck in a metro station. It's an underground train. Metro, we call it metro. It's an underground train. All right. So I got stuck in a metro station for an hour. I just didn't know my way out because everywhere looks the same. So I stepped out of one exit, I got stuck. I stepped out of everything. I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. I was honestly tired and frustrated on that day because I kept going around in circles in the same place. I was in the same place, but I don't know how to explain it. But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, Holy Spirit, God, really glory. For 1 hour, I was in the same place and I was coming out of different exits, but I didn't know that it's still the same place. All I needed to do was really take my time and look around, but because they all looked the same, everywhere looked the same, I was completely confused. So yeah, I mean, if you see people would tell you, okay, this is the red line, this is the yellow line, this is the green line, this is the metro station, this is the tram track, this is the bus track. Once you have people that will lead you through that, in 2 weeks, literally, you'll be settled in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. Yeah.
Wow, that's great. That's great. Now, what are the tourist attractions?
They are quite a lot. They are quite a lot. But like I said earlier, I don't go out so much. But I know some places. I know some places, right? We have the I know astronomical clock. I have visited astronomical clock before. Yeah. And then I know Charles Bridge. I have also visited Charles Bridge before. We have the city center where you just see. Yeah, we have the museum. How would I forget? I've not visited the museum before, but we have quite a number of museums. I have not visited it because I don't. I don't go out. Yeah, and then we have
you're working. You're working.
I'm working more. And then I also have to school. I have to read. And then they have a lot of restaurants and pub centers that people would usually go to. And they have a lot of ancient buildings that people would go. And another beautiful thing about this place is that you can also go out of Czech Republic to visit other places. You can go without visa. You can even go by train. Yeah, you can go by train. You can go to places like Austria, Germany. And these places are just 2 hours journey away from Prague. I still need to go around Prague by myself as a tourist person. I still need to tour Prague. Yeah, and then we have the Vatlava River as well. Nice view, really beautiful view. Nature is something else. I was not a lover of nature. I can't still say that I'm a lover of nature because, oh my God, I don't know what people like to stare looking at the greens.
Nature is beautiful. I'm a lover of nature.
For people who love it, I know, right? It is really beautiful. You have nice views. Like when you go to Vatlava River, you just sit in a nice location. You see people. You see the lovebirds. These people, they are sucker for love. It's just I don't understand their love stories, but I don't care. I mean. So you see them, boy and girl, wherever they sit, they pick a nice location. The view is beautiful.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, people are just out there chatting.
Check into my bucket list. I should visit that place. I must.
Yeah, you should visit. Honestly, I think everyone should visit Czech. It's really beautiful. There's this. We have the Prague Castle. Thank you. I just remembered. It is Prague Castle. Prague Castle. I visited. It is beautiful. Oh my God. It is so. I have a picture on my phone. It is. I can send you the picture. It is so.
Prague is calling my name.
I will.
I've listened.
But really, I think those that are really, that like to travel and see things, I think everyone should visit Prague. Prague is really beautiful.
I think
it is
beautiful.
I mean, on Google. Yeah, but it is. My friend, I had a friend who came around in June, July. She came from the UK. She also testified that no, this place is actually really beautiful.
Okay.
It's beautiful. On Google, it is I think it's the maybe 6th most beautiful city in the world. Wow. I don't know if I'm correct or not. I don't know. Maybe we can Google to validate that information. But yeah, I know it's a beautiful place. I know it. I live here and I can tell you that it's beautiful.
Wow. Here. Thank you so very much. So, what is your advice to anyone that wants to relocate to Czech Republic?
Well, I
Yeah.
can only advise as a student, like for students that want to move in, because that's the only experience that I have. Have a lot of information, because you can find schools and you'll be so excited that it is cheap, because this was my experience anyways, talking from experience. You can find schools, I'm like, this is so affordable, not cheap, it's affordable, like compared to countries like Canada and all of that, you're like, oh my god, this is so affordable. But when you get here, you find more ridiculously affordable schools or courses for a ridiculous price. And I'm like, why did I pay this much?
Wow.
Like, why am I paying this much when I can get it? For instance, I'll just put a figure to it, but it's an actual figure, anyways. Like, you can be paying as much as 80,000 Czech crowns for a course that you can also get for 6,000 Czech crowns.
What?
Look at the
See the
yes, look at the
disparity.
contrast. Yeah, yeah.
And
So this was my own
an
experience.
an accredited school?
Yeah, accredited school, everything is certified.
Wow.
So yeah, get a lot of information about the look for the kind of course you want to do and get a lot of information. Be sure that that is the most affordable one that you can get. They are quite affordable, schools here in Czech Republic, especially in Prague. So get a lot of information, do your homework, and then you need a lot of patience, because the process is not as easy as some other countries, for instance, UK, that you can easily get things done in like 2 months, 3 months. It is not the same here. All right, you need a lot of patience, because Europeans are very detailed people. They don't just let any kind of person enter into their country. Get your information right, get your documents ready, get them certified and translated. Just basically do a lot of internet research, because you never get too much of information. Get as much as you can. If possible, speak to somebody who has gone before you, who has gone through the process before, and get connected to the person. Learn as much as you can. Make sure that you do not come with any false documents, because that's not advisable for any country. And yeah, that's with that. And be patient, like I said, be patient, because their processes are not so fast. So you have to wait. To get some feedbacks, and just stay at it, and eventually to come true.
Thank you so very much.
Eventually to
Thank you
come true.
so much for sharing your experience. Wow. As in, you painted it so well that I feel that I am in Prague right now, and I'm seeing all these things that you're saying. Thank you so very much. Now, thank you. So I would like to tell everyone out there that I like to tell Nigerians that are actually watching, if you're in any country of the world and you would like to share your experience with us, please send us an email on swaggerslifestyle@gmail.com. We can't wait to have this conversation with you. And the reason why we're doing this is because we need to push out the narrative that we have Nigerians living in different parts of the world that are doing amazing things. So it's not all about Nigeria and bad stories. We have the good ones. And let us project our story, because we need to tell our story to the world. And that is what they will believe. So do not allow another person push out your narrative.
The Nigerians living in Czech Republic, I would say that we are, just keep at it. We are doing great. For those that are willing to come into Czech Republic, it's possible. I don't know what stage of the process you are, or is it that you have not heard about Czech Republic? Okay, I brought Czech Republic to you. It's a place you can live in, you can school, school and pay your bills, pay your school fees even on your own. You can get a job, a full-time job even, and it is possible to live here and live a good life. All right, taxes are not so high. You can go on Google and check the tax rate. It is not so high. Life is affordable, food is affordable, you don't need a car, and if you want a car, it's also affordable. All right, you can save, you can actually really start a life. It is possible. If you are in the process already, keep at it. Keep being prayerful. If you're a Christian or whatever religion that you have, you can pray, and eventually it will happen. And if you're already here in Czech Republic like me, some of us, some people maybe they don't have the same story that I have. Maybe they are still maybe looking for a job or something, but just keep at it. I know that eventually it's going to work out, stay positive, and thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me. It was really nice to discuss this. Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for honoring our invites, and thank you for sharing your experience with the world. Thank you so much. So till I come your way next time, this is Gbogbo Swagger and this is Swagger's Lifestyle. Do not forget to subscribe, comment, share this video with your network and also with people in the sphere of your influence. This is Gbogbo Swagger and this is Swagger's Lifestyle. Till I come your way next time, ensure for Nigerians living outside of Nigeria, ensure to be a very good ambassador of your country. And also to Nigerians living within this country, let us keep hope alive. If you want to travel, do your research before you leave the country. This is Gbogbo Swagger and this is Swagger's Lifestyle. Thank you and bye.